You have a family member who has cancer.
She is passionate about helping people.
The perfect example of an entrepreneur.
The one person to talk to about getting healthy foods.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Donnelly with Field One Post Digital Marketing Services, your one-stop shop for all things digital marketing. On today's Spotlight video, we're going to talk to Hallie Steinberg. Hallie is a certified health coach, and she owns a business called Hallies Healthy Living. We're going to learn a few marketing tricks from Hallie, and we're also going to learn probably a little bit about your health. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and ring that bell so you get notifications on more Spotlight videos. I think you're really going to like this one. So let's get started. So thanks for joining us today, Hallie.
Thanks for having me.
Tell me a little bit about your company.
Well, my name is Hallie Steinberg. As you know, I'm a certified health coach and a special ed teacher. My company is Hallies Healthy Living. My goal is to inspire healthy living through simple changes. I focus on the 4 pillars of health, which is the LEAN acronym, LEAN standing for L, lifestyle, E, exercise, A, attitude, and N, nutrition. I work with people of all ages, especially children, adults, seniors, pregnant ladies, nursing moms. And I love working with people to help inspire them to make those simple changes. I also help people add more fruits and vegetables or garden inside with an indoor aeroponic garden. So that's a quick summary of what I do.
That's a lot of good health stuff.
That's the goal.
Lifestyle, exercise, attitude, and nutrition. And personally, and I've told her this, I think she ought to add a C to the beginning of it and make it clean. And of course, the C stands for chocolate.
Where do you work out of primarily?
I'm out of my home. Well, initially health coaching, I would go to people's homes, be in person. Now everything's virtual, and it's been great for many reasons because I've been able to have a broader reach. My audience is much broader now. I can help people all over the country, even out of the country. So I have a little bit more a little bit more leg room to work with. And I also do a lot of speaking engagements. So that's been great that I've been able to reach out to organizations in Virginia and all over California that I wouldn't normally be able to do. So that would be my home is basically my home base at this point. My computer, I should say, wherever that computer may be.
Right, just like the rest of us.
So she's always checking in. So I think that follow-up skill is really remarkable for Hallie.
She shares a lot of good information that isn't just noise. It's all worth reading.
So when did you get started in this?
Well, I really got started in the health and wellness field. I've always wanted to be a doctor. My dad's a surgeon. And so my degree is in biology. So I was planning on going to med school after college. And then I decided to go into teaching instead. So I took a little veer in the road, a little fork, and I became a special ed teacher for many years in New York. And then I had my family, and I decided to really get back into health and wellness where I can help people, especially kids and families work on their healthy living journey. And that's really where the impetus was.
That is really the best description of an entrepreneur, to really take advantage of your skills and parlay that into a successful company.
I love biology. I love human biology in particular. But I also love the dynamics of healthy living. It's not just nutrition. It's also about attitude. It's about mindset. It's about lifestyle choices. So that's kind of where I am now. My journey continues. I'm looking into maybe getting a PhD. So, there's a lot of cool things. I'm always learning, so I'm always growing. And I always say forward momentum.
She was a teacher, is very highly educated, and decided to pivot that business, her teaching credentials, into a real business to support and help other people.
It's easy to learn a lot from Hallie Steinberg because Hallie Steinberg started out as an educator. And let me tell you, it shows up every time you meet with her.
Why nutrition?
I think nutrition in particular, because it has so much to do, especially with children. Because remember, I taught for so many years in the classroom. So not only as a mom, but as a teacher, I saw firsthand how nutrition affects cognitive performance, how it affects behavior. So that really interested me. But it's not just nutrition. I love the fact that, like I said, the 4 pillars of health. There's nutrition, but there's so much to do with the psychology and the emotional eating and the attitude of the healthy living. So it's not just what food you're eating, the macros, the carbs, the fats, all those wonderful proteins, all those wonderful things. There's a lot more behind it. There's the biology, but also the psychology of healthy living as well. And I really love delving into that.
What sort of marketing strategies do you use to grow your business?
I use a lot of networking and speaking engagements. For me, my business is on the newer side. I've been in the health and wellness field for about 5 years now, and I have a virtual franchise actually with a company that has an amazing product. I mentioned the Tower Garden. That was the indoor garden.
She's actually helped me grow things at home with a hydroponic garden so that I can get rid of all the toxins and not spend so much money on organic food, which is really great because we have a family member who has cancer, and that's really important.
The services aspect, my health coaching, Hallies Healthy Living, that business, really what I do, especially because it's newer, is do a lot of speaking engagements. I talk to PTOs, senior centers, breast cancer support groups, you name it. I love speaking about healthy living. So by me presenting myself, my education, my knowledge, and my love of helping others, I think it gets my name out. Well, I know it does. It's gotten my name out.
She's not pushy. She really genuinely wants to help.
Her passion for healthy living it really comes through in her presentations, in the choice of products that she sells.
And so there's been a lot of word of mouth and giving back, because I'm a firm believer of giving back. Partly, you asked my why, partly my why is to make a difference in the world for my family, but for others as well. I believe in simple changes can make a huge difference, and I really want to share that philosophy.
My blood tests have been, the values of my blood tests have improved a little bit, and I thank her for that.
Her group really talks about simple changes that we can all make for a healthy life.
It's that other person that means the most to her. This isn't a job for her. It's not, a little pastime interest. It's a real passion. And so she's helped me really embrace that in my own life, not only in my business, but also in my health.
So for me, marketing has been great for networking. We're getting to know people. I'm a really big connector. I love connecting with people, whether they use my services or not. I love learning about the backstory of people and their businesses. So for me, that's an enjoyable part of my business as well. So networking, I would say speaking engagements are my main 2 sources of marketing.
So there are so many kids and adults as well who, they just have a cup of coffee or they skip breakfast. That's cool, right?
Not so cool. Well, it depends on your train of thought. There are so many eating plans out there. I mean, if you're doing intermittent fasting, well, people would say that's great. You're supposed to do that. So it depends on what your mindset is and where you're coming, what part you're coming from in terms of the health, what plan you're doing. My philosophy is get your whole foods in, try to limit your processed foods and sugars as best as possible, eat in moderation, and especially in the morning, I'm a firm believer, especially for kids, to have a complex, balanced breakfast. I think it's very important. It sets the day, it sets the stage for the day, especially for kids with attention and cognitive performance, academic performance. It's very important. So my belief is, yes, balanced breakfast and water first thing in the morning. First things that you should be doing. Absolutely.
I have learned more about how to heal myself through whole foods from Hallie than probably anybody else that I've ever come in contact with. She was doing some seminars, and I had the privilege and honor of being in those seminars that she has delivered.
How is it that water is so important for your body and your brain?
Well, water makes our body function. It's the needs that we have. We can get away with not having much food, but we can't get away with not having much water. Water is essential for our biochemical processes. Every cell that we have needs some hydration. So not only does it help with our physical body processes, but our mental processes as well. It helps with our skin. It helps with our mindset. It helps with everything. If you're dehydrated, if you start your day dehydrated, you're already back a couple steps. Hydration, we don't even realize how often we are dehydrated. And what happens is we drink a lot of these great beverages that people love to drink, caffeinated, alcoholic, or even sugar beverages. But the problem with that is they're actually hurting our hydration levels. Caffeine actually decreases our hydration. Same with alcoholic beverages. And then sugar beverages for many children can cause digestive issues and digestive upset, which causes further dehydration. So really, that's why I say first thing you wake up, you should have a big glass of water. Some people like to have hot water with lemon, whatever it might be. And tea is fine, especially if it's herbal tea, because then it's not having the caffeine. And caffeine in moderation is fine as well. Just make sure you hydrate with every caffeinated beverage. And the other thing I want to mention is people that work out, you absolutely need to hydrate even further. And one rule of thumb is to have at least half your body weight in water in ounces every day. So that's a lot. And for children, they say you should have your body weight in ounces. So if a child weighs 70 pounds, that's 70 ounces of water. That's a lot of water. So it's very important. And we just don't always give the emphasis of how important that is.
There's a lot of diet plans out there, right? I know we're in the dead of winter, right? It's freezing, there's snow on the ground, but people are looking forward to the summertime and bathing suit season, and people are starting to look at their diets. There's the diet out there, the keto diet. What can you tell me about that? I mean, is that dangerous? Or what are the risks involved there?
Well, I like to say that everybody's body is unique. So some plans work better for others. I'm going to make a broad statement. So I'm not going to just focus on keto. I'm going to just say generally what I find is when you follow these restrictive plans, it's not always what your body needs. And it's often restrictive so that you kind of go at it for a little while and then you fall off the deep end, or however you want to say it. So for me, what I try to help people, especially with dieting in general, is to look at intuitive eating. Let's talk about what our body needs and actually being aware of what we're hungry for, what our hunger symptoms are, signals are. So for instance, reading our body, we lose that, especially when we diet or we get on these plans, we're not listening to our bodies anymore. So really getting back to moderation, whole foods, listening to our bodies, trying to stay away from that emotional eating, which is much harder to do, much easier to say than do. But when I say plans, some plans work great for others. It's just whether they're sustainable and what are they doing? Are they balanced? Some plans are not balanced. They have very specific things that you follow, but you're missing a bunch of other things. So I don't like to individually say certain plans. Once again, it's very individualized, and some plans do work better for others, especially if you have a sensitivity, a food sensitivity, or an allergy of some sort, or an autoimmune issue.
The one thing that I thought was very, very helpful, because one of my family members suffers horribly from allergies during this time of year, and she posted an article that was, of course, very timely on ways to reduce the inflammation in your body with anti-inflammatory type fruits and vegetables.
But I really like to say my goal is to get people to eat with the whole foods, moderation. I keep saying the same thing. Drink your water, intuitive eating.
Clearly, people that want to diet or even just want to improve their lifestyle, they need to talk to an expert. So how do they reach out to you? How do they get in touch with you?
Well, a great way to reach out to me is through my website, which is HalliesHealthyLiving.com, or my Facebook group, which I'd love people to check out. In fact, this month is February, which is American Heart Month. I'm doing a whole series on all the different ways to keep your heart healthy. And so that's my Facebook group, Hallies Healthy Living Community. So I'd love you to check that out. And those are just a couple ways to reach out to me.
Hallie, thank you so much for getting together with us today. It's really been, I've learned a lot more than just entrepreneurship. I think I'm going to have to give you a call.
Sounds great.
All right. Have a good day, and I'll see you at the next meetup.
Thank you for having me. Take care.
See you later. Well, there you have it. Hallie Steinberg's marketing and health tips. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to like it, subscribe, comment, and ring that bell so you get more notifications from Field One Post and the Spotlight series. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.